A special thank you to EA Games for this code to Jedi Survivor. I played Jedi Fallen Order on my Twitch for the very first time last year, and I loved it, was obsessed with it, but it needed a lot of accessibility work. I was opening the map constantly, falling constantly, but I was just as excited as everyone else to move on to the release of Jedi Survivor this year. I was so excited to see where Cal and his team were going. And I was even more excited when EA sent me a review code and I saw the accessibility settings for the game. So, without further ado, let's jump into it and talk about the accessibility improvements that have been made. What's up, Dynamites? I'm Kennedy from Dynamic Reactions, and welcome to the level where we talk about accessibility in gaming. Now, I'm gonna jump straight into the menu overview because there are a million things I could say about Jedi Survivor. What I'm gonna say to you generally as a teaser is this game is gorgeous, this game is fun. I got a PC code and it's gorgeous, it's fun, it's just as heart-droppingly suspenseful as the last game, and it has everything else going on with it. Dare I say it might be a little better than the first game. I know I'm excited to finish it. If you're curious about the accessibility settings, I want to walk you through those. So let's get into it. In the accessibility menu, it's one of the first things you see when you get to the options section of the game. Now, when you start the game up, it does not give you the accessibility options right off the bat. I really wish that they did that. But once we get past everything and you're oohing and awing at a certain opener, you get to the accessibility menu. And in the accessibility menu, you have controls and you have controller remapping for every action in the game, which is really helpful. And then after that, you have the ability to disable the ability to hold buttons to toggle anything in the UI. So that can turn it from a hold into a press. For visuals, you have subtitle settings, which include a preview of what your subtitles will look like. You can also change the size and background opacity. And you also have the ability to turn on sound effect captions, directional indicators for your subtitles, dialogue captions, and the option to hide background dialogue along with your text language. Outside of the closed caption options, you have a HUD scale. You have the color profile settings, which allow you to change the color of nearly every UI item in game, including your subtitles. I kind of wish that they put those things underneath their proper headings in the menu on the side. I kind of wish that the HUD colors had their own separate section in the menu, but it does not. It's underneath the colorblind mode settings, which I understand why you would put it there, but again, I would prefer that there was a little separate HUD sub-menu on the side where all the other menu options are, so that you could quickly go there. And we don't have to have the colorblind mode turned on all the time, because that allows you to have colorblind mode presets that are a lot easier for people to go through rather than just flipping through the colors, although some of us do enjoy having those colors. In gameplay, you have auto switch target on enemy death. You have auto target lock for combat. You have disable fall damage, which allows you to disable fall damage. You have toggle pull, so you can toggle your force pull on and off. You don't have to hold it like in the previous game. You have nav assist on and off, which gives you a little waypoint to follow on the map. And then you also have the nav assist audio ping, which is one of my personal favorites because it gives you a ping in the direction that you're supposed to go. Similar to how The Last of Us 2's navigation system works, except there's no visual prompt for that as well when you press the button that you've selected for that. You also have camera follow lock. One of my personal favorites, arachnophobia safe mode, which turns off all the spidery and spider family beings and turns them into something a little more soft. If you saw my playthrough of Jedi Fallen Order, you know, I am not a fan of spiders. And you also have dismemberment on and off. You also do have auto target in the game. I want to state that for all the weapons, without spoilers, for all the weapons. Wink. For audio, you have the ability to adjust your game volume and your ambient volume, and also turn on and off mono audio. For one of my favorite features, and I'll mention this anytime it's in a game, slow mode, which slows down the speed of your game. It's literally slow-mo. You have an on and off switch, auto activate slow mode in combat, and then you also have the speed adjustment slider, which allows you to have control over how much you want the game slowed down. You also have shortcut controls that can be enabled that allow you to have button shortcuts when you press a designated button on your controller for nav assist, photo mode, audio pings, all sorts of things that can be really helpful when you're playing the game, especially with the accessibility setting. And then when you get ready to start your game, you have 5 difficulty modes ranging from story to like very hard with visual sliders showing you how hard things are gonna get for you. The first difficulty is very easy. I might even bump my own gameplay up one just because it feels like it's super duper nonchalant in combat, but it's really relaxed and that's really nice to see. Now, as far as suggestions, I want to talk about, I've already talked about like the color mode and things like that. But I really wanted to talk about the nav assist. So the nav assist in and of itself is you open your holo map, you can see a line to where you're supposed to go. You can follow that line, but there's also an audio element to it if you like. So when you close your map and you have that audio element enabled, it kind of works like The Last of Us with no visual indicator, just a sound in your speakers telling you, hey, go to the left, go to the right, go over here. I would much rather prefer it if there was a visual arrow on screen to point towards that direction, because Cal can't move with the holo map open. And while I do enjoy using my ears it would be super helpful to just have that visual indicator for those of us who aren't on the blindness spectrum, who need a little help navigating. But my overall thoughts on this game, if you're wondering, what are your overall thoughts? I would say to you, friends, do not miss out on this game if you can help it. It's beautiful graphically with a ton of accessibility settings and more on the way in the launch day patch and in the next coming weeks, according to EA, which I am going to cover once it comes out. Now, I'm not a fan of a game being priced at $70, but if somebody was like, I want to buy you a $70 game, which game would you buy? I'd probably pick this one. It would be this one because it looks gorgeous. It has the accessibility settings attached to it. I can't praise it enough for the experience that it's given me. It's just so much fun. It cannot be understated. If you loved the first game, you're gonna love this one even more. If you haven't played the first game because of accessibility issues, pick up this one. Try it if you can at a friend's house before you spend $70 on it now. But like, try and pick it up. If you want to wait for the patches to come out so that it can be properly fixed up and everything, that's your choice, that's your decision. Always approach with caution. Accessibility isn't one size fits all, and I did encounter a few bugs on my playthrough for this review, but hopefully they'll be fixed in the launch patch for the most part and in future updates. If you want to wait for those to be implemented, then wait. I'm not here to judge your choices. Do what's best for you. But do not miss out on this incredible game. It's such a fun ride, especially if you're a fan of Star Wars. And I'm so grateful to EA for giving me this code, for being able to be on this journey with Cal and friends. And yeah, I can't say enough about this game. I feel like this review was super short in comparison to Resident Evil, probably because I was giving a lot of, critiques. But it's a solid game. What can I say? This is what happens when developers do good jobs. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching this accessibility review of Jedi Survivor. If you like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave me your thoughts about the game. We do accessibility reviews here all the time. Leave me your thoughts. And yeah, don't forget that you deserve accessibility that's on the level. Peace out.